Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again. Today, an update from Ukraine. The Russians launched a massive drone attack on Ukraine and on Ukraine's ports. It seems like the Russians violated Moldova's airspace and Romania's airspace, possibly. Hey, the Romanians scrambled their F-16s, the fighter jets, and they will probably fight the Russians in the near future. All right, let's start with the first article. It comes from Ukrainska Pravda. Thursday, February 13th, 2025. Ukraine's air defense downs 85 drones in 10 oblasts. I'm going to show you the map. This is the evidence of all the drones destroyed. Russia launched 140 drones at Ukraine on the night of 12 to 13 February, 85 of which were downed by air defense, 52 failed to reach their targets. So that's what? 137, right? So 3, we don't know where they are. Damage has been recorded in 2 Ukrainian oblasts. So they were launched from Oriol, Kursk, Bryansk, Shatalovo, and Primorsko-Akhtarsk. The usual suspects are Shatalovo in this area here. Then you got Bryansk, Oriol, Kursk. This is in the northeast of Ukraine. And then from Milerovo is right here. Was it Milerovo too? No, Primorsko-Akhtarsk. Okay, Primorsko-Akhtarsk is by Crimean Peninsula, across from the Sea of Azov. It's exactly here, right there. All right, so let's see what oblasts they attacked. 10 of them, right? So Kharkiv, Poltava, Sumy, Cherkasy, Chernihiv, Kirovohrad, Dnipropetrovsk, Mykolaiv, Kherson, and Odesa Oblast. All of these things are in this part right here, in the eastern part, including the southern part, which is Odessa, with the ports of Izmail right here. I'm going to show you by the Black Sea, by the Danube River, and in Odessa. All right, let's see what else. The same information comes from these guys. Ukrainian forces down 85 drones, 52 lost from tracking. These guys earlier, the same piece of information. Moldova summons Russian ambassador over drone violations of airspace. So what happened? This is Moldova here. This is the Black Sea, and you have Ukraine. So the Russians, according to these guys, were launched from Primorsko-Akhtarsk, from here, attacking Odessa and Odesa Oblast. They probably entered their airspace, probably here. I'm assuming down there. Why? Because the Russians attacked Izmail, this area. And the Romanians, which this is the Danube River flowing into the sea, they scrambled their F-16s. And Moldova is going to be activated by who exactly? Moldova's Ministry of Foreign Affairs summoned the designated Russian ambassador on February 13th to protest the violation of its airspace by drones and demand an explanation. Do you remember when the Americans had and still have occupying forces in Syria, unauthorized, for, I don't know, 10 years or so, in the northeast of Syria, stealing the Syrian people's oil? Remember, they were about 900, and now they're about 2,000. Remember? Nobody asked them. Was the ambassador summoned? Were those occupation forces legal over there? No, by definition, because they were occupation forces. Do you remember when the Americans, CIA, launched a few drones and killed some jihadists, some bad people in another country? I would mention 2, Iraq, and the other one is Afghanistan. Do you remember when Trump said, oh, we killed the Iran's general in Baghdad? Baghdad is in Iraq. Do you remember? So the Americans can hit where the fuck ever they want. Why can't the Russians? It's a violation of the country's airspace. I'm guaranteeing you that when the Americans, the CIA, launched that drone from Pakistan into Afghanistan, it violated Afghanistan's airspace. Anybody? Anything? So spare me, Ukrainska Pravda or Moldova. I'm not saying that's okay, but I want to hear you in the name of justice to condemn that. I'm listening. No, they won't. Why? You know who's the master? So, blah, bye-bye. As you don't give a shit, I just report. All right, so they're very upset about that one. Are you upset about the Americans too? When you're going to show a little bit of backbone and balls to tell your masters, wait a second, you killed those guys. Not only the wreckage was over the Moldova's airspace. The cat is moving around, I have to hold it. The Americans sent the drone who attacked and killed. So it's even worse. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Now, let's go and see if it shows the location. It doesn't say where. And it says, meanwhile, fighter jets have been deployed in Romania in response to the large-scale Russian assault on Ukraine's border region. Moldova has not attacked anyone. You don't have to attack someone to be smacked in the face. Remember that when the Americans said preemptive strikes? The Americans came with that term, preemptive strike. What does it mean? Well, maybe the Russians think that Moldova will be activated to attack them. Preemptive strike. Not even a preemptive strike. Besides, Moldova, I don't think you are a legitimate country to start with. Why? You should have been brought back where you were taken from. You were never a state. You were a state under Moldova's of Stefan the Great and so on. Why don't you go back to it? You're Bessarabia. Who were you? Part of what exactly? Were you independent? When? In what? In 1200s or something? I'm just exaggerating. You were part of something and now you're a state. And not even a full state. The southern part was taken by Stalin and given to Ukraine. So again, what are you talking about? You don't cry about that one. You cry about the Transnistria. I don't want to hear you crying about the southern part of your country. But you don't. So again, spare me with this false, we're the victims here. You're just used like a lady of the night. Let's see what the other baboons are doing in Romania. The same kind. Ukrainska Pravda. Romania scrambles fighter jets over Russian drone attack on Ukraine. I'm waiting for these guys, one of these guys to give an order to shoot down a Russian drone over Ukraine. So the Romanian F-16s, second-hand from Portugal, F-16s to strike a Russian drone over Ukrainian territory. And then we'll see self-defense, preemptive strike, and then we'll go to these baboons here. How about this? Moldova has not attacked anyone. Shut the fuck up. You are not a friendly country at all to those guys who you say, we are the victims here. Really? Romania scrambled fighter jets because of a large-scale Russian attack on Ukrainian border regions on the night of 12 to 13 of February. So an air raid warning was also issued for Tulcea and Galați counties. Let me show you. So these are Tulcea and Galați are right here. Galați, Tulcea and Galați. There are two counties here bordering obviously this area where Izmail was attacked in Odesa Oblast. Now, this is the southern part. The Moldovas have amnesia right now. This is it. So motherfuckers, why don't you want this back? This was this plus right here, almost to Odessa, was Stefan the Great's land right here. You see this, motherfuckers? You see this? All that. So what are you doing alone here? What the hell are you doing here? I wanted to get this back if you want that back. I want to go to Odessa almost right here. And I want many other parts and go back to where you were taken by Stalin. So spare me. Our territory was violated. Your territory has been given by Stalin to another country. This one that you cry baby now. Fuck off. All right, let's see. So they scrambled, the Romanians scrambled together with NATO right here in this area. Bzz, 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 bzz. All right, let's see what the Russians did. Russians launched large-scale drone attack on Izmail district of Odesa Oblast, wounding a woman. Why not an old person or a child? These guys are just... Russia launched pop, injuring people, damaging infrastructure, is deepa. Let's see what they did. Sharpnel sustained all relevant services. I thank everyone. Russia launched 140 drones at Ukraine. But the same thing here. So they attacked, the Russians attacked this Izmail. Izmail has this been Romania, but it's not Romania, it's Ukraine, given by Stalin from the baboons north of Izmail. This one's right here. Okay? All right. So this is what the Russians attacked. The Romanians said, oh, we're going to go bzz, 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 here. And maybe next time we're going to hit the Ruskies. But you now are left in the air. Why? United States of America and Putin are friends now, and your ally. So that means you gotta love those guys now. You're gonna receive the order, the memo. It didn't reach you yet, Moldova and Romania, but US's memo will be sent to you. You gotta Russia, because now Russia is our partner. So a criminal yesterday, today is a reformed Islamic reformed something. Remember the thing in Syria? So yesterday Putin was a criminal, today he's okay to talk to? My friends, spare me. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.